This is the premier museum in the state of Utah. It's called the Springville Art Museum, and it is the who's who of all of Utah and probably one of the most incredible Russian art exhibits in the United States. So you can thank the former director, Vern Swanson, for all those beautiful Russian paintings. This is a really incredible 5-star museum that gets amazing shows, and it's in our little backyard. There's Bonnie. Hi, ladies. Hi, Bonnie. And speaking of, we're doing so Susan Gallagher, Bonnie Pacelli, Becky Rock. We're all here at the museum putting. Are we putting pieces in, or are you just grabbing pieces out?
Yeah.
We're all putting pieces in for the Spring Salon, and we're picking up our pieces from Utah plein air painters.
And it is a beautiful spring day,
beautiful,
even though it's a bit windy.
You need to turn it around.
No, but we love our mountains.
Anybody else today? This is all their personal collection, including my dear friend Jeff Pugh. It's that incredible piece. And then look at all these beautiful collection. God, that is a gorgeous landscape. John Fairbanks from Utah. Look at this. This is incredible. Jeff Hine out of Salt Lake. If you haven't looked up his work, his figurative work, you got to check it out. He's amazing. Kind of looks like my messy studio. Brian Mark Taylor. How great are these?
So
For
beautiful.
all of you that are familiar with Strata and the Strata challenges, this is Brian. This is his work. He's a fellow Utahn and a friend of ours, and an amazing painter.
Yes, he is. And I own one of his pieces.
You do. You have a gorgeous piece. Look how beautiful these are. These are out of her yard. The little sign says that this is her garden and places where she grew up.
You know what's interesting is this one right here is really similar to what my April lesson
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's a beautiful palette. All of these.
Really
have a
nice.
beautiful palette. I love this too. This is really beautiful.
Beautiful. Jennifer Barton.
Jennifer Barton.
For Provo.
Mm-hmm.
These are the Russian artists that every time I come here, I'm just blown away. They're just so beautiful. And the texture.
Damn Russians.
They're so good. Just so good. And
So good.
I'm sure with the lighting, these images aren't coming out as nice as in person.
Oh, we gotta
Look at this landscape.
come on. We
Yeah,
gotta
I know,
go
but
back.
hold on. This is gorgeous. Look at the texture. I don't know if the texture's showing up. Just beautiful. More Russian art.
The translucency in those dresses
Yeah.
is incredible.
I've talked about many times the Russians. The one reason I think that they use such thick paint is because their surface, they almost painted on like burlap.
Yeah.
So that they had to really put a lot of paint on to get the coverage. Look at this masterpiece. Multi-figured. The tonality of all this is beautiful. Look how thick that face is compared to the one back there that it's not, it's very simply painted. Look at the hair.
This artist is still alive, Liz.
Which one?
Anatoly Smirnov. No, he couldn't be alive. This piece is a little hard to get without having any glare on it because it's in a hallway. But look how amazing this composition is, and it's really large. Doesn't have the size on it, but look how everything is so great and so harmonious. And then we get to her scarf around her head, and it just pops, makes the whole painting come together. These two paintings right here are incredible because of how they've handled the values. The majority of the painting is dark values and muted grays, and then all of a sudden there's this contained light in both of them that gives you that feeling of almost squinting when you look at it. They're so incredible.
Love these paintings.
Love these paintings. Look at the frames on that. I bet you that's a Craig Ricks frame.
Yeah, I
bet you the
probably.
Craig Ricks people
Those are some massive frames.
made them. And then, come with me.
Come with you.
Look at her face. Look at the emotion in her face. And then come down and look at the hands.
Look at how different.
loosely they're painted. They're a suggestion only of this gnarly hand, but it's almost in the same way a Van Gogh. That brushwork comes alive. His paintings do the same thing.
So you know what fascinates me is I look at this sleeve and I see all these, although they're very
temperature
similar
shifts.
values, look at the little subtle temperature shifts.
Isn't that incredible?
But that hand, so simply painted compared to that face.
Where there's more detail and
Ah,
just so much of raw emotion in
yeah,
that.
that's life lived
That's
hard.
life.
Life lived hard.
That's for sure. We are in the Spring Salon special exhibit. It's room that's from the past, from other spring salons that have been chosen. So this is all Utah artists. And some of these have gotten the catalog, the front of the catalog before. A good friend of ours, in fact, we carried a couple of these artists in our gallery. This is Doug Braithwaite's piece right here, and this was on the catalog. I just love that colorful, playful piece. Dave Dorman, look at this piece by Dave Dorman. He taught at the University of Utah, and then he started Helper School, art school.
The
down in
harmony
Helper,
on that is
Utah.
great.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
He's such a beautiful painter. And Brad Aldrich, it's beautiful. Nice tonal piece. These are all names that we as artists have grown up watching their work and aspiring to be like them when we grew up.
So they have it by years.
Yep, here's our friends. This is our friend Russell Case. He lives up north by us, and I've known Russell for many, many years. It's a beautiful piece.
1960s,
Oh my
1970s.
goodness, we're going way back.
1980s.
Oh, here's a duck snow abstract piece. Love duck snow.
That one right there.
Lots of university professors here too. Trevor Southey. He was a professor at BYU in printmaking, and his drawings and printmaking were really, really incredible.
Now we're
going
getting
back into the 40s.
before we were even born, Shannon.
Oh, we got some 2010s here. There's a Dave Dibble piece.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And Aaron Bushnell, which, Aaron, if you see this, where are you? Oh, there's a microphone down there that's just beautiful.
This is a Mike Malm, great guy. I own 3 of his paintings now. Lives up just north of us.
Here's a John Carlson. This is not a Utah painter. He's up there. Composition of landscape.
This wall, 1920s, right here. This art
Just
is from
very sharp.
1920s,
That's worth some
One of
money.
the original Thomas painters.
decades.
And I have some stationery.
Florence Ware.
Oh, Florence Ware. Yeah, I remember that.
I'm glad that was up here.
My brother owns a Florence Ware.
Chauncey Ryder.
That's beautiful.
That's a beautiful piece.
This is beautiful. So the reason why Shanna and I are here is because they are having the 100th Salon show, and that's why they put all this up here by decades.
Harrison Gradage. Harrison Gradage taught up at Utah State and had a profound effect, especially on watercolorists throughout Utah in his lifetime. He was considered the best of the best that Utah had, and an incredible instructor as well. Oh, LeConte here. Okay.
LeConte Stewart.
I cannot get out without talking about LeConte Stewart.
Have we done an art history on LeConte Stewart yet?
No, I don't think I have.
We need to do that.
I have. I've prepared it, and I just have never put it together. Isn't that's it? So I would dare say, besides Maynard Dixon, LeConte Stewart is probably Utah's most infamous painter, Utah painter. And up until 20 years ago, you could actually find his paintings pretty affordably. Those days are over.
I own a drawing.
You do have a drawing. And there was one year that I was bound to determine to find the places that LeConte had painted. And so I did some research and found his favorite areas and would stand. He painted in our area in northern Utah. And he painted a lot in Kaysville and up in Weber Canyon. And I went and found some of his favorite places to paint and painted my paintings in the same place. Did that with Monet, and I did it with LeConte Stewart. So.
Right. So 100 years of Salon winners. And Shanna and I just delivered some paintings for the 2024 Salon show.
Pretty amazing.
Yep.